You're listening to the Literary Entrepreneur Podcast, Episode 2. Hello, welcome to this edition of the Literary Entrepreneur Podcast. I am your host, Taor Moody. This podcast today consists of the 5 must-do book marketing tips that I actually came up with last year. I thought these would be good to revisit for this second podcast. I actually published a blog post with these tips last year. And because they're pretty basic guidelines for any author to follow, I thought, this is a good time to reintroduce these tips. So take a listen, and I will join you on the other side of these tips. In today's podcast, we're going to talk about 5 simple book marketing tips. The first one is start early. While you're writing the book, marketing should be considered. What are some themes or current issues that generate discussion or attract the media? Keep a notebook of ideas. As you draw closer to your book release, use an editorial calendar so you are aware of special events and holidays. Those things that might draw interest to the media when they're out looking for an expert or someone to come talk about that particular topic. Be aware of those events so that you're ready. Number 2, create a website. You should create a website first, then social media profiles and pages. Your professional website is the hub or the center of your online presence. It's where media will go to download a media kit. It's where readers will go to find excerpts or information about your upcoming book releases. It's also a great place for you to add a professional author photo and have things on hand where people can sign up for your mailing list. So spend some time on your professional website first. Number 3, join social networks. Spend time building relationships using social networks like Facebook or Twitter or even Pinterest. You have the potential to attract a readership or influencers for your book. Remember, the best form of advertisement is word of mouth. Now, I have to say, don't overwhelm yourself. Start with 2 social networks or even 1. Spend time studying the best times to post and be creative. Don't go at the approach of trying to sell to people, but to attract readers to your books. Number 4, book reviews. Now, let me just say, family and friends are nice, but you really want to build teams of support by connecting with book bloggers and reviewers. Be sure to have review copies or galleys early. Try to at least 3 to 6 months before the book release have both ebook and hard copies available for book reviewers. Number 5, the final book marketing tip. And this book marketing tip is something that you can take with you for the rest of the time that you're marketing. And that's just to stay consistent. I want to encourage you to spend anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes each day, or at least a couple of days out of the week on marketing. You can use this time, go back to your notebook, brainstorm ideas, look and see what didn't work. Try new things out. Try new things online and offline as well. So try to spend time daily, just those few minutes each day, thinking of ways to market your book. It could be something as simple as handing out postcards at a certain event, or just scheduling tweets for your Twitter account, encouraging people to read your blog posts so that you're attracting people to come back to your website to find out more information about your books. All right, so I hope you will keep those 5 must-do book marketing tips in mind. I will be adding a few more book marketing tips in coming month. Just to review those tips again, number 1 is to start early. You would not believe how many authors start book marketing at the last minute, sometimes after the book releases. Number 2, create an author website. You need one. Don't just depend on having a Facebook page. You need to create an author website. Number 3, join social networks. And this might seem like, oh yeah, you need to do that, but some people are still on the fence about whether to do Facebook or Twitter. The key element to joining social networks is don't try to be on all of them if you really can't handle it. Don't get overwhelmed. Just choose 1 or 2 social networks to really concentrate on, really learn those platforms. Number 4, you want to seek book reviews. Book reviews are very important. Ask those book reviewers to post not just on Amazon, but Goodreads, as well as Barnes & Nobles, and their blogs, any place where they can help get out the word of mouth about your book. And last but not least, probably even just as important, if not more, is number 5 is stay consistent. I can tell you, I know that book marketing can really run you into the ground sometimes. But you're going to have to take some time at least to plan out, if it's just 10 minutes a day to be on Facebook, or planning ahead with booking interviews, or being on blogs for Q&As. Try to have something going on a consistent basis where you continuously keep your book out in front of people. And I think this becomes even more important as you become more multi-published. Like, it's real easy to concentrate on the current book release, but you have other books that are out. So figure out a way to constantly draw attention to your books, those that have been previous release, and any new and upcoming books as well. So with all that said, I'm going to close out this podcast. I will be back in the next podcast to talk about how to find your target audience, your readers. And let me give you a clue. Your book is not for everyone in the world, okay? I just don't come to me with, oh, my book is for everyone. No, it's not. You need to narrow your focus a bit so your book marketing efforts are effective. And we'll talk about that next time. You're more than an author. You're a literary entrepreneur. Writing and marketing books is a business. So let's learn how to attract readers to your books.